Hello Batties, welcome back to As Told by Batney, and I of course am Batney. Okay, so any updates in my life? I'm moving this Sunday. That's super exciting. I'm super nervous and super anxious. And that kind of has something to do with the video that I'm going to talk about today. Also, my birthday is on Friday, October 16th, and I turned 25. I've been trying to not feel bittersweet about turning 25 because I don't know, it's just 1 year closer to 30. I don't know, I just feel like turning 25, you're just closer to 30 than you were at 24, which is true. I don't know, to be honest. I'm really trying not to have negative feelings about turning 25, so I'm just trying to appreciate the fact that I'm still alive and that I made it to 25, because some people didn't make it to 25. So I'm just trying to combat my negative feelings of getting older with gratitude, and that it helps. Those are really the only two big updates. Me moving, that's huge. Moving a couple states away. I hesitate to tell you guys where I live or where I'm moving, because people are crazy and I don't want to get kidnapped or stalked or anything. So I don't know, if I become more well known on YouTube or something, of course I know people will figure out where I live. But yeah, it's hot. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna do a full face of makeup to do this video, but I did my eyebrows and then I was I have a dentist appointment at 1:30 and it's 12 now. I was dang, his hands are gonna be all up on my face. I don't want it to be messy. You know how you rub something and your foundation comes off, and then I was but I want to look cute for YouTube because I never really do my makeup. But I really don't do my makeup in real life anyways. I don't know, I really don't feel the pressure to feel, well, as far as coming on YouTube and making videos and videos for literally the whole world to see, I do feel kind of pressured to feel put together, or retwist the front of my hair, or do my eyebrows, or do a full face of makeup. And I really try not to submit to those pressures of having to feel put together to feel acceptable to put a YouTube video out, because I don't want to feel a slave to putting on a face of makeup. Not that anything's wrong with makeup, because I love makeup, but I don't want to feel pressured to have to wear makeup to feel people will still think I'm pretty in my YouTube videos or something. I don't know. So I was I'm done. I stopped at the eyebrows. So yeah, I am gonna take some birthday pictures this week though, so I do plan on doing my makeup, and I'm still gonna do the pipe cleaner curls. I have not decided if I'm going to dye my hair black or not. I know in my last couple videos I mentioned dyeing my hair black, and I dyed my hair black a couple months ago, and of course with washing it and then doing deep cleans, it just faded into this dark brown. This lighting you really can't see, but it's a dark brown color. So I don't know if I'm gonna dye my hair black. I want to, because I love the way my hair looks black, but I'm just lazy and I don't feel like having to take the time out to thoroughly wash out the dye. When you dye your hair, you need to thoroughly wash it out because it'll get built up in your locks. And yeah, and I just don't feel like I'm already gonna have to do curls. It's already gonna take time and a retwist. So I don't know, I'm leaning towards not dyeing my hair because I'm just purely lazy and I don't feel like it. But yeah. Those are really the only updates I have for you guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. We're growing here and consistently growing, so I thank God for that, and I thank you guys for always being supportive and watching my videos. With that being said, let's hop right into this video. So you guys know I've been mentioning for the longest me moving, and this video is just kind of a background and just kind of a story time. I just wanted to get here and really encourage someone who might be in a season of waiting, because I feel my season of waiting just is starting to I'm just starting to emerge out of my season of waiting. So what am I talking about? So I graduated with my bachelor's in 2018 from Oakwood University, May 2018, and after I graduated, I'm a triplet. I have three sisters total, but I'm in a set of triplets. So I have two triplet sisters who were the same grade as me, and we graduated at the same time, gratefully. So and we were living together in an apartment. So when we did graduate, my oldest sister, who's the triplet, she decided to stay down there, and the youngest triplet and me decided to come back up here. And honestly, I will admit, like, I didn't give enough like thought into like, oh, what am I gonna do after college? Like, everyone always tells you to come up with a plan, or at least just like a broad plan. And I knew, like, okay, yeah, I get a job that pays nice, or in my career. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't know. I don't know. So I had to come back home because I didn't plan financially to be able to stay somewhere. You know, because during college, my parents were helping me gratefully with rent. And so I didn't really have bills besides like paying like $250 a month in rent, and then, you know, paying for gas and food. I honestly didn't really have a job throughout college. I don't know how I got money. It just happened. And so, yeah, I didn't really plan financially to be able to stay. And so I had to move back home. That was 2018. And honestly, I didn't even plan to move, like, to stay home as long as I did. I've been here for like 2 years. It'll be three years, May 2021, if I was staying, you know. But it's been 2 years and some months. And I didn't plan on staying this long at all. Like, I just didn't. But the way things played out, I just didn't have, like, I could have got up and moved back to wherever I wanted to go, but like, it wouldn't have been a smart move financially. And then the financial like stress it would have put on me, it just would have like created a domino effect in the rest of my life, I feel like. And I just was not prepared financially. That was like the biggest thing. The other biggest thing was I was driving a 1997 car that had like a ton of miles on it. It was a 1997 Lexus. I was grateful for it. It lasted a long time. It honestly shouldn't have lasted as long as it did last me, but it was a beat up car, and there was no way I could move anywhere, including a different state, with the car that I was driving. So I just needed all this stuff. Like, I needed a savings. I didn't have a savings. I needed a savings. I needed money to move, because, you know, you have to rent a U-Haul, you have to put down deposits. Like, it's just a lot of money. And then I needed a new car. So I was like, there's a lot of stuff I needed money for. And, you know, in America, you know, some people are blessed enough to not live paycheck to paycheck, but even though I was living in my parents' house, I was still kind of living paycheck to paycheck, because I was also full-time in school. Well, let me get to that. I just wasn't making enough to be saving enough, like, money to like allow me to move out. Like, honestly, if I didn't get the financial blessing that I got, and I'll get to that, earlier this year, I wouldn't be able to move out in probably like another 2 years, probably, like, for real. Because I needed money for all of that, and I had no money, like no money at all. So yeah, I remember last year, 2019, I remember coming up with a list of goals and like stuff I wanted to achieve in 2019. And 2019 was a really hard year for me. And so I got some stuff achieved, but like a lot of that list like just went untouched. And I just was like, I was going through a lot of like mental problems too, like just depression, and just down. Like I was just down. Like I just all around was just down, just sad. And so like a lot of stuff just was not working out for me in 2019. And I can admit I'm a spiritual person. I will say I hadn't been praying and talking to God as much as I should have. And that's just like my ego talking. The reason why I didn't, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know, when you're, I don't know. That's a whole other different topic. But, you know, even when we don't talk to God, God still hears us, and he still knows our needs, and he's not going to leave us even though, you know, we neglect him. He's never going to leave us, and I'm grateful for that. So, moving along. Didn't have the financial means to buy a car, to have a savings account, to be able to move, you know, pay rent, put down deposits, blah, blah, blah. That was 2019. The beginning of 2020, like, although my life was like literally the same as 2019, when 2020 came and it was like the start of a new decade, I just was like, something feels different. Like, I just know, like, this year something is about to happen. Like I just feel it. I just felt it. Like something was going to happen that would change my life and like literally just put like what I wanted in my life to happen into like a domino effect. Like one big thing was gonna happen that was just gonna like start a chain reaction with everything else I wanted to happen in my life, and it happened. And so I was able to be blessed financially this year, 2020. Like, and it literally changed my life. Like, it literally put everything that I wanted into like into progress, into, you know, it started, it happened. And so I was able to buy a new car, and I brought, like I said, the car I was driving was a 1997. It was old, like at least, shoot, that thing, I was born in 1995 and I'm about to be 25. That car was as old as me. So I needed a new car. So I was, God came through. God came through. And not to mention, I watched this sermon series by Transformation Church called Ducks in a Row, and it's about stewardship, but he presented it in a way that I've never heard, like stewardship and like returning to a tithe and offering to God. Like I've never heard it presented in the way that he presented it. Like growing up, I'm Seventh-day Adventist, and growing up, you know, they say, oh, return your tithe and offering, like give you 10%, but why? Like why? And so I'll link the sermon series below, but that sermon series literally changed my whole perspective. It changed my life, honestly, because since then I have been returning a faithful tithe and offering. And the sermon series basically just talks about like why God wants us to return a faithful tithes and offerings. More so he was talking about the tithing part. I don't want to say this wrong because I don't want to like influence someone who may not like know. And this is not to say anything, I just don't want to say anything wrong to influence someone in a negative way as far as their mindset of God. But he was just basically talking about how like, let me just say this, God is always going to look out for us, and God is always going to bless us when we least deserve it. That's called grace, because we're sinful people, so we already don't deserve it. But because God is who he is, that already qualifies us for his love and his grace. And so, but God also wants us to do our part. And you know, the Bible talks about where your money and where your habits and where your time goes, that's where your heart is. Basically just talking about how like returning a faithful tithe and offering just sets you up for receiving and opening the doors like of more blessings that God has for you. Because you know, there's like that Bible verse that says what is it? Open the floodgates of heaven and pour you out a blessing if you don't have, and I'll pour you out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive it. Meaning like God is going to bless you to the point of you don't even, like it's so much blessing you have to overflow and bless someone else with it. So I hope I didn't say this wrong, but yeah, I'll link the sermon series. It's an amazing sermon series, literally changed my life. But since like watching that sermon series, I started returning like a faithful tithe and offering, and like it literally did bless my life. Like it literally set me up in a position of God to be able to bless me abundantly, and then even that, being able to bless someone else from the blessings that God gave me. And I feel like watching that sermon series really like influenced my life and how God was going to go about blessing me. And you know, it also talked about being responsible. And I'm sorry guys, my feet went to sleep. That's why I'm leaning. But it was just talking about being responsible. And you know, God isn't going to, if God already gives you like a $500 paycheck and you blow it on stuff that doesn't even matter by next week, how can he trust you with blessing you with like a $10,000 paycheck? He can't. And so that's what the sermon series wasn't even just about returning tithe and offerings. It was about just everything. That's why I say it literally changed my perspective. I was like, oh shoot, he's right. Like, and I was the type of person, like people close to me know that I sucked at money management. Like I sucked. And that was another reason I knew I had to come home after graduating to learn how to budget and manage my money. And watching that sermon series really like helped me and change my life and become more responsible. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, they're right. If I'm blowing this $500 paycheck, how can God trust me with giving me $10,000 and not being irresponsible with that? And so that really just changed my life and changed my perspective on money and budgeting and returning tithes and offerings and just getting my ducks in a row in life. I will say it wasn't like literally overnight, like that what happened, like the way God blessed me, it didn't happen overnight. Like I literally had to wait, like, but I was like, I'm going to stay faithful to this feeling of knowing that something big is about to change my life. I'm going to stay faithful and keep my hopes up and have faith and not give up, even though like nothing was changing. And literally, like overnight, like literally, I kid you not, literally overnight. And that's the way it happens, like literally overnight, in the blink of an eye, something will happen that changes your life forever. And that's what happened. Like it just, something happened, got blessed financially, and it just put everything into like rolling. Like it just, everything just domino effect, literally. I got blessed financially. Praise God. This video is me really just trying to encourage anyone in their season of waiting, in their season of thinking like, oh, my life is over, like nothing good is happening. It's coming. You just have to be faithful to the season that you're in and keep your faith. Hold on to your hope. And so yeah, I was able to get a car in 2016, literally the newest car that I've ever had. Like I was driving in 1997. I didn't even have a 2000 car. Like I got a new car. I built a savings account. I was able to move. Like I put a down deposit. I'm renting an apartment out with my sister, but you know, I was able to do all of that. And this video is more so just me wanting to encourage anyone else who's in the season of waiting, but also just trying to give my praises and my thanks to God publicly, because like without him, literally I would have none of this. Like I would still be in the position of waiting, which is nothing wrong, because you know, God literally works everything out for us. When we see that nothing is happening for us, God is always working behind closed doors. So remember that. One of my favorite verses that I've recently just like become acquainted to, it's Philippians, I think it starts, well, it's verses. It starts at Philippians 4:10, and I think it ends around the 12. But everyone knows Philippians 4:12. I can do the Bible verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But the verses before that talk about being content even in a season of need. And those verses really like speak to me, because I was in a season of need. And you know, everyone, honestly, like I don't think we ever get out of a season of being in need. Whether it be you need food, more money, more clothes, like a new job, I don't know, whatever your need is. I don't think we ever get out of a season of being in need. I guess it's more so about how we serve that season of being in need. Are we just waiting around, like sitting around waiting, twiddling our thumbs, waiting for things to change? Or are we actually like going out there, like setting our lives up for things to change? Like what are we doing? Like how are you waiting? Like I think it all depends on how you're waiting. How are you? So ask yourself, if you're in a season of waiting, ask yourself, how am I waiting? Like, am I just waiting on things to change, or am I actually like setting my life up for things to change? Am I just waiting for something to just fall into my lap out of nowhere, or am I actually going out there and seeking opportunities and putting myself in positions for big opportunities, life-changing opportunities to find me? It's all about how you're waiting. So ask yourself today, how am I waiting? And my life and I just wanted to make this video before I actually did move this weekend, to just really encourage anybody and show you guys like everything you want is going to happen for you as long as you go out and actually seek it. Like even if you do have God on your side, and everyone has God on their side, but even if you do like accept, you know, God being on your side, like that still isn't going to just like allow things to just I like accept God and everything he's gone for me, but you know, stuff isn't just going to just fall into your lap still. Like you still have to put work. Like, you know, faith without works is dead. So you gotta put some work behind it. You know, I don't know, it's tough, y'all. It's tough, but you just have to really just hold on to the fact of knowing that things are going to get better for you, really. Because I mean, it's not easy at all being in a season of waiting, because it's like so frustrating. And if you're anything like me, you can be impatient, because I'm a truly impatient person. I don't know, and the world we live in kind of spoils us, because a lot of stuff we like instantly get it, like instant gratification. You go to fast food, you instantly get your food. You order something from Amazon, you can literally get it the next day, like instant gratification. And I think it's kind of like morphed us into people who are impatient and don't really know how to wait out for good things. Yeah. So I'm just here to encourage someone to just wait. Just wait. just do what you gotta do, but know that things are gonna work out for you. But you have to be patient. You have to wait. And I'm still talking to myself, like, you guys, even though all of this good stuff has happened for me, I still have moments where I'm like, but what about this? But what about this? Like, just be patient, Brittany. Calm down. Like, life doesn't just fall together overnight. And I just continually have to remind myself continually have to remind myself that I just have to be patient. Rome wasn't built overnight. What am I saying? And yeah, you just really have to be patient. It's all about how you're waiting. So I think one thing I want you guys to take from this video is ask yourself, how am I waiting? Am I just waiting for opportunities to fall into my lap, or am I setting myself and putting myself in a position for opportunities to find me? And as I'm talking, I'm literally like taking all this in and like asking myself these questions, like, how are you waiting, Brittany? Because you're telling all these people, be patient, work. But yeah, and just know you can't be hard on yourself, because I'm sitting here about to go in on myself, but you really can't be hard on yourself, and you really have to like sometimes just step back and see, wow, I'm living in exactly what I was praying for last year. And sometimes you just have to just go easy on yourself. Just go easy on yourself. And if you're anything like me, believe what people tell you, especially like, well, not everything, but the people you trust and like hold dear to you. Okay, you can't always believe what people tell you, but like for me, like my friends, like they always like speak so highly on me and tell me how much I inspire them and how much I motivate them and all this other good stuff. And I'm just like, dang, for real, I make you feel like that? And like, that's what I'm saying, you gotta go easy on yourself, because we really are our biggest critics. Because like hearing my friends speak so highly of me, I just was like, dang, it just made me feel like kind of crappy, because I was like, dang, they really see me like, so they just see so much greatness in me, and I speak so bad about myself sometimes. And I'm just like, so yeah, you really have to just, it's a process, you guys, but you really have to change your mind. It all starts in your mind. It all starts in your mind. This video is at 23 minutes, and I don't want to make this a long video because I want to do this in one part. But if I am going to vlog my moving journey, so if you guys are interested in that, I'll definitely drop some vlogging videos. I'm going to make a vlogging video about me moving and my moving process and stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like this video, and maybe even turn on the notification bell so you can stay in tune with what's going on in my life as told by Batties. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys are all well, and I hope my intention for this video became about, like, I hope you guys got what I wanted you to intend you to get. Yeah. But anyways, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to comment on this video if you like this video, if this video touched you in any way. I would greatly like to hear you guys' stories. I love listening to people talk and getting to know other people, especially strangers, so don't be afraid to talk back. So yeah, thank you. I hope you guys stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, check on your people. Peace, love, always.